Stars make every player on the team better. Michael Jordan, his ability to challenge himself, his natural ability physically of being able to play with such great energy, his intelligence, basketball intelligence, all those things I think were remarkable. I enjoyed coaching Michael Jordan because he had a respect for coaches and he had a desire to play at a peak level, and he's willing to follow instructions without, wanting to over-dominate the game. Even as a young player, there were times in the fourth quarter where he would make up the difference in a ball game on his own. I had to bring Michael in my office and say, Michael, when's the last time someone who led the league in scoring won a championship? Thought about it a bit. He said, Rick Barry. I said, yeah, that's right, in the 70s. But it's very rare that person that wins scoring championship is also on a championship team. So one of the things we're going to do is we're going to move the ball around and we're going to take the spotlight off you all the time and involve the other players on your team. He said, oh, you're going to have that equal opportunity offense. Well, what's going to happen when the 24-second clock gets under 5 seconds? We'll coach the players how to get the ball to you in that particular time so you can activate the ball. Save that terrific scoring ability for the fourth quarter. He laughed, and he accepted the responsibility. And the other thing that we did is we moved him from a guard to a forward position. We really wanted to win the series in Chicago, Game 5, and we lost this game, and we flew out to Utah to play the 6th game, and Michael said, we're going to end it tonight. You guys get ready for this ball game because we're not going 7. Going into the game, we kind of knew what we had to do to win the game. You had to play close, but come out and win the game in the last 5 minutes. The timeout that I did take with about 40-some seconds to go. That was the key, because knowing Jerry Sloan and having coached against him many times, I knew that if we could go down and score and make it a one-possession game, that he wouldn't call a timeout. We'll run the open. Dennis will, run a pick or set a pick or slip a pick, depending upon what Ostertag does. And Michael, you can double back on Malone if you have the ability. You saw the crowd rise behind that whole activity. You could see the anticipation that they had that this was a crucial moment. Michael changed the idea and pulled up for the jumper instead of taking it to the hoop and finished it. We called that season The Last Dance, and I thought, for an ending of a career, there could have been nothing sweeter than what Michael had just done.
All right, fellas, let's get on the box.
And a lovely evening view south.
Good evening.
Welcome, everyone, to Game 6 of the NBA Finals. I'm Kevin Harlan, and with me, former NBA Coach of the Year Mike Fratello and former player Clark Kellogg. On our sideline tonight, reporter David Alden. Mike, the only reason this series was extended to Game 6 is because of Utah's adjustments in Game 5.
The screen and roll is a big part of their offense. They went away from it. Instead, they posted Karl Malone, inserted Antoine Carr, who gave them another shooter, so when Pippen doubled, they could kick the ball to the open man.
And for Chicago in Game 5, Tony Kukoc coming up big, Clark. He had 30 points, but Jordan and Pippen could not get it going.
That's why we always talk about the importance of the team. It's rare that either guy, Pippen or Jordan, is off his game, let alone both of them at the same time. Jordan just couldn't find the range, and Pippen was ineffective against Hornacek in the low post.
It was so surprising, but Hornacek did a great job.
Yeah.
On the floor for the Chicago Bulls, Luke Longley is at the 5. The forwards, Scottie Pippen and Tony Kukoc. And at the guard positions, Ron Harper and the great Michael Jordan. And so for the Utah Jazz, it's Adam Keefe and Karl Malone inside. Brian Russell at the 3, and also tasked with defending Michael Jordan. And the skilled backcourt of Jeff Hornacek and John Stockton.
When you look at how the Bulls have played on the road this postseason, they're only 4-4, and most of those losses have come against their toughest opponents, Utah and Indiana.
Now, here is Hornacek. On the wing, Malone. Fires from 18. That one drops for him.
Boy, Malone has a deadly jump shot, especially from the mid-range. Doesn't get any better watching him knock that down.
Clark, of course, it took Chicago 7 games to get past Indiana. And as a former Pacer, I know how proud you are of those players from Indianapolis.
No question about it, Kevin, being part of that franchise's history and seeing that Indiana team push the Bulls harder than any team had during this dynasty, impressive.
It was. And a big question in this game will be how effective Scottie Pippen can be with this back spasm issue.
Well, in Game 5, he was only 2 of 16 from the floor. But he gave them 11 boards, 11 assists, and 3 steals. Can he find a way to impact the game tonight?
Like he did in Game 5, you're right. And the Bulls, David Aldridge, with some concerning injuries.
Thanks, guys. Now, the big news for the Bulls is the condition of Scottie Pippen, who hurt his back in Game 3. He did take an injection yesterday. He did electrical stim, iced it, had ultrasound and a massage, and then he did a lot of stretching. He told me he's a little bit ginger, but nothing can keep him out of a game like this. Back to you.
We knew that. David, thank you. Mike, it really has been an injury-plagued series for the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah, Ron Harper has the flu, can't hold down any food. Plus, the Bulls have been without a couple other key players. Monumental challenge for them tonight.
Huge, you're right. And a big Game 5 for Tony Kukoc. You know, Clark, he made as many shots in just 13 attempts as Jordan and Pippen made collectively in a combined 42. I mean, that's just amazing.
Yeah, his efficiency was off the charts, and I don't think the Bulls fed him enough. They got to remedy that tonight, though, Kevin.
You're right. And here's Stockton following the three-pointer by Michael Jordan. Up top, Hornacek. Russell against Pippen. Now the pass to Keith. 6 to shoot. Inside, Malone. And the jam by Karl Malone.
And Karl Malone, the 1997 league MVP, has a full package of offensive firepower. Inside, outside, he gets it done in multiple ways.
And first team all defense 2 years running. Give him credit. He's an elite two-way player.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Jazz. For the Jazz, Carr comes in for Keith, and Isley subbed in for John Stockton. Jazz trail by 12. And Mike, coming into this game, Malone said he wanted to attack the paint early.
That's right. Looking to put pressure on the rim and, if possible, get Rodman and Longley in early foul trouble.
Now here's Malone. 6 points for him.
Some real toughness from Malone in that play. Enduring the foul and still putting up a shot.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
At the line for Utah, Karl Malone.
And the first one at the line is good. And he makes both free throws. The Bulls leading by 10. From deep, Jordan. The Bulls with the finish line in sight, looking for their 6th ring in the last 8 years. Hey, Clark, with the injury issues to Pippen and Harper, so much falling on the big shoulders of Michael Jordan.
And we know those shoulders are broad and capable, and we're used to thinking of Michael Jordan as superhuman, but he's now in his 30s playing big minutes. Does he have enough to climb another hurdle? We'll see.
It's going to be interesting to find out. And Jordan slams it in.
Right out of the starting blocks. They've been dominant at the offensive end.
And that early momentum has helped them put together a nice lead.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Here's Isley. He's guarded by Harper. Passes to Malone. Second shot opportunity. Chicago grabs the miss.
And the defense was ready for that. They know he's a threat at the rim and swarmed him on that layup.
And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. Welcome back to the second quarter of the NBA Finals, Game 6 here in Utah, as the Chicago Bulls look to close out the Jazz. But do they have enough left in the tank to get it done?
And these Bulls have to feel like the time is now to close out the series. They do not want it getting to a Game 7 on the road.
Hornacek's out there with John Stockton. And there's Malone. Then there's Antoine Carr. And it's Russell in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group for Utah getting going here in the second. Hornacek, no luck. And Clark, the Bulls looking to close it out tonight. Critical, since very few teams have been able to win a Finals Game 7 on the road.
And you know what, Kevin? If it got to that point, all the momentum would be with the Jazz, having battled back from down 3-1. The Bulls got to play like this is the Game 7 here.
Oh, once again, you've mapped it out well, Clark. Seems to me, Clark, like the Bulls doing a pretty good job of containing the terrific Karl Malone.
Well, you're seeing the same thing I'm seeing. And after his big showing in Game 5, Kevin, they knew that would be a critical element tonight. Bottle up Malone.
That's right, top of the priority list. Well, we play just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. Hornacek kicks to Stockton. 5 on the clock. Pass to Carr. Second chance shot. Stockton, no good.
And the defense wasn't horrible, but still, he's got to come through there. There wasn't enough resistance to prevent him from scoring that one.
Again and again, round and round we go. This guy is knocking down those triples.
Beyond the points, he also provides spacing to this offense.
Stockton the pass to Malone. And in this MVP battle so far, Michael Jordan is coming out, I think, Coach, on top.
Yeah, Karl Malone not having the same impact as MJ. That's been a factor.
And in these particular playoffs, the Bulls have lost 4 of their last 5 on the road. They know they've got to get busy and handle their business now.
Morris is checked in for Utah. Stockton passes to Malone. Back to Stockton. Carr with the screen on Harper. Here's Stockton. And that one hits back iron. And the Utah Jazz, Mike, the last 2 years, the best winning percentage in franchise history.
Top 2 in the league. This Stockton-Malone pairing is one for the record books.
History in front of our eyes. You're right.
Playing well on both ends of the floor, stifling defense and dangerous O. That's a heck of a combo.
That's what has built this lead.
Now Stockton still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Malone, the pass to Morris. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here.
And the Utah Jazz not getting a lot from their center position in this series. Both Greg Ostertag and Jeff Forster, relative non-factors.
They can't miss on an absolute tear.
This is a thing of beauty. Perfect offensive basketball.
Oh, and they need a basket in the worst way.
I think they're forcing things right now, and it's why their offense looks so pedestrian.
Stockton looking around. Malone sets the pick for Stockton. Utah needs to get off a shot here. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Anderson is checked in for Utah. Isley comes in for John Stockton.
Howard Isley.
.132 left in the first half. From deep, Jordan. That falls. Nice feed that time from Harper. Harper's got 3 assists now in this one. And for the Jazz's center troubles, Clark, you can't help but recall the trade deadline deal that almost brought center Ronnie Cycli to Utah.
You know, Kevin, that trade was a done deal, but then somehow it just fell apart and fell through. A big man averaging 15 and 7 in Orlando. Boy, he could have really helped.
Oh, you said it. The three. And the Bulls another three.
They've done a nice job keeping the intensity up, starting to pull away now.
They know they can keep the pressure on and put this game out of reach if they keep at it.
And the wide open shot from Morris. Another miss by Utah.
And to me, they appear desperate to stop this cold streak right now. So far, nothing is working.
You can see the frustration is mounting, and because of this, their offense has been sputtering.
Isley the pass to Morris. Nice ball movement by Utah. A shot by Isley, no good.
Utah still struggling from deep. We saw it last game, and it's continued in this one.
Trains it from beyond the arc.
Don't you just love watching big men pass it? Nice job, Luke.
Here's Isley. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And there's the call on Michael Jordan. That's his first foul.
First team foul. Substitution for Eugene.
12 seconds left to play here in the half. To the paint. Can they get it? And it's Malone finishing it off.
Showing off the power right there. Karl Malone does not mess around down low.
A deep three from Jordan. Another three for Chicago.
Hey, it's as plain as pound cake. Keep it simple. They want to see how big this league can get.
No such thing as running up the score at this level.
And so it's Michael Jordan. Welcome back to the second half of Game 6 in the NBA Finals here in Salt Lake City, Utah. The Jazz trying to force a Game 7 against the defending champion Chicago Bulls in front of these tremendous fans. And here are the Bulls now.
And not just Scottie Pippen dealing with a bad back. John Stockton also dealing with back issues.
So with Rodman on the bench, this is Phil Jackson's lineup. You've got Longley. Harper is out there with Jordan. Then there's Pippen. And it's Kukoc in at the 4 slot. And it's blocked by Jordan. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. And here they go. And he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
Yeah, Brian Russell is a shoot-first player, but he's also very unselfish. Did a nice job with the read and made a good pass.
And apparently Clark Stockton got a back adjustment at halftime.
Well, Kevin, you know, at this point in the season, just about everybody is dealing with some kind of ailment. It's really a battle of attrition.
It is. Hornacek outside. Here's Malone. He sticks that one in from 20 feet away. That's 12 points for Karl Malone. You know, Mike, this is pretty amazing considering how banged up he is, just how effective Scottie Pippen has been tonight in this game.
And if this were the regular season, no chance he'd be playing right now. But he's in there and making a difference.
And a heroic performance. And the rejection by Pippen.
Pippen putting in the work to get there for the denial. That was really a nice hustle play.
Now here's Harper. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Outside, Kukoc. Just 5 to shoot. For 3. Another 3 for Chicago.
This is what makes Kukoc dangerous. I mean, he has the stroke to knock it down from anywhere, including beyond the arc.
And you look at Karl Malone, 6'9", 250 pounds, just a Goliath. The Bulls are hard-pressed to deal with his physicality inside. And although he's undersized, he makes up for it with incredible vertical. You love to see him put his athleticism to great use.
Three-pointer, Kukoc. And it's Kukoc again missing. The Jazz on offense. And Clark, you talk about defending Malone. Dennis Rodman is game for that challenge. He's game for any challenge, but that one in particular.
Yeah, with Dennis Rodman, it's about embracing that hard-nosed physical play. And we know that Rodman is a guy who never backs up from that.
No, he doesn't. Buries the long-range jumper.
Three-pointers clearly the difference for them here in the second half.
Tough to guard a whole team from beyond the arc. They've got it going.
Hornacek outside. On the wing, Malone. Back to Hornacek. Pass to Keefe. Now, here is Hornacek. Over Jordan. Chicago grabs the miss. Kukoc has got his 7th rebound here tonight.
And, you know, you look at the Jazz with Malone and their other bigs. They've got a significant size advantage inside, but the Bulls have done a nice job holding their own on the glass.
Jordan against Russell. Jacks up a three. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
He does not lack for confidence, and he shouldn't. I mean, this guy's a dangerous scorer.
Like you were talking about the size comparison between these two teams, the Bulls are a lot bigger on the perimeter.
Yeah, Harper and Jordan both 6'6". Contrast that with the Jazz. Stockton at 6'1", Hornacek 6'3". They don't have the same length on the wings.
Right. It is on display for sure.
That will make the highlight loop.
You're right. Definitely dunk contest material.
This is what the fans pay to come see.
Stockton with it. No points in the game yet for him. Outside, Russell. The pass to Hornacek. Here's Malone. Good on the baseline jam.
You can tell Malone is a really instinctive scorer. He doesn't need time to think about his shot. He knows exactly what he's looking for.
Coach, Michael Jordan is having himself a game. Wow.
Outplaying Karl Malone to this point.
Oh.
The Bulls getting the better of that superstar matchup.
And here is Jordan. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
Jazz ball. Substitution on the court.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls enjoying the kind of gigantic lead you almost...
22, the Bulls.
We're back for the fourth quarter of play here in Game 6. The Utah Jazz and the Chicago Bulls, for the second year in a row, battling for an NBA championship. It all comes down to this.
And you look at it, John Stockton, 36 years of age, Karl Malone at 34. You wonder, is this their last best chance at a title?
So with Malone sitting on the bench, here's who's on the floor for Jerry Sloan. They've got Isley. Foster is out there with Carr. Then there's Anderson, and it's Morris in at the 3. Jordan against Anderson. Jordan outside. Clock at 6. Launches a 3. Another 3 for Chicago. And Stockton at this point has played more playoff games, Clark, than anyone in NBA history without winning a title.
Boy, you certainly respect the number of deep runs that he's been part of. And at this point, all he wants is a ring.
Because he's going to the Hall of Fame, but you're right. This has got to be the one thing absent on his resume.
No doubt.
Here's Isley. Misses the 3, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize.
Brian Russell's size, he's 6'7" and 225 pounds, and he's got good athleticism too, really makes him the best defensive option for Utah in playing Michael Jordan.
Now Jordan. The 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. Jordan's got 6 here in this quarter. And Russell drafted in the second round back in '93, Mike. He's played his entire career with the Jazz.
And he's not on the floor for his offense. His role for this Jazz team is to be a wing stopper.
Anderson, and there's another one for the Jazz.
Good read from Forster, sensing one of his guys is open and whipping the pass to him.
Anderson against Jordan. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Just 5 on the clock. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. And Pippen gets it to go.
Here in this fourth quarter, it has been all about the three-point shot for them.
Absolutely making it rain. And there's no better time to pick up points in a hurry.
Utah foul. Greg Foster.
Keefe is checked in for Carr. Steve Kerr's checked in for Chicago.
Substitution on the court.
Jordan up top, defended by Anderson, and it's in there. Jordan's got 13 points in the second half.
Boy, are they locked in on offense, knocking down every shot right now.
And the other team has to step it up on defense. No excuse letting them torch you like this.
Keefe with a screen on Kerr. The shot by Isley, no good.
I wouldn't say that's exactly his spot now. I mean, and you can see why.
Jordan way outside. Pass to Wennington. 6 to shoot. From deep three-point range. The rebound by Anderson.
Not what we expected at all. He normally has that shot down cold.
Especially when he's got space like that. Very surprising.
Pass to Isley. Kicks it to Foster. 5 to shoot. The Jazz with another miss.
Very surprising that he came away empty there, especially given room to operate.
Pippen dishes to Kerr. From past the arc, sinks the three-pointer.
That's his game. Whenever Kerr gets a good look at a three, he doesn't pass it up.
Isley the pass to Morris. Here's Isley. Keefe with a screen on Kerr. Here's Isley. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance. At the line.
And that was a foul. No question about it.
He deserved to go to the line after that hit.
And he knocks down the first one.
Isley taking 2 shots.
Good on both. 26 seconds left in the fourth. Pippen kicks to Kerr. That falls. Nice feed that time from Scottie Pippen.
And this run has helped seal the win.
Give them credit for executing down the stretch. Nice work.
Pass to Foster. All sorts of time. It's hauled in by the Bulls.
Why would he take that shot? No chance with that kind of look.
Beats me. Sometimes you just don't know what players are thinking.
And the Chicago Bulls win their 6th championship, completing a second repeat. Without question, Mike, one of the greatest dynasties this league has ever seen.
6 championships in 8 seasons. A decade of dominance. The 90s have belonged to Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls.
And this title run for the Bulls, arguably, Clark, their most difficult, with age and injuries and even some palace intrigue. But for the moment, merely